watching AYV Television.
Our broadcasting house here on West Street in Sierra Leone's capital, Freetown. This is Primetime News on AYV Television and Radio. You're watching us on channel 33. You're also listening to us on frequency modulation 101.7. My name is Victor Jones. Let's start with tonight's headlines. A legendary politician, late Alhaji Minkailu Mansare, laid to rest at the Kingdom Cemetery. Global press freedom falls to its lowest level, according to Reporters Without Borders. And also tonight, Margaret Dumbuya speaks about her 17-year journey raising an autistic child without a father. Well, hello and welcome from wherever you're joining us tonight. My name is Victor Jones. First in the news, sobs, tears and wails. The sight of napkins glued to eyes was common sight. In mutual solemnity, mourners have gathered today to honor the life and contribution of the late legendary politician Alhaji Minkailu Mansare. As the Ugandan writer Jennifer Mkumbi once notes, "We bury our dead in red earth and silence, but their names grew roots in us." This wasn't a goodbye, it was a festival of eulogies. The Kingdom Cemetery has welcomed a new constituent today. The political confraternity has lost a valuable member, but to Epicians, they're laying to rest a breed builder, mentor, patriot, as they have fondly described him. Let's take some highlights.
Ya Allah subhanahu from Allah
Hussein Kamako, Kadi Kamara and Mrs. Kamara, Hawabi, Bari and Zainab.
At every point of his life. He knew it was going to be hard. So what he did, he led us to Auntie K first. We became friends with her. We learned about her. She learned about us. We both got to see what environment we were in and how we were going to be able to mesh. I was an easy vote. I don't like to cook. So Auntie K was a good cook. So when it came to me, I said yes right away. And then she became our mother. We welcomed her into our home. We looked up to her as a sister. And you can see when we stand by her, we all look like we're all sisters. Again, the faith led us through those times. Not too long after, we welcomed home my brother, who is the last. His name is Suleiman. He's not here with us today. And we grew together.
Work here is done. You serve your party faithfully. You serve your nation honorably. You fought the good fight. You have left footprints that time will never erase. May Allah, in His infinite mercy, forgive your shortcomings, accept your good deeds, and grant you a Jannah Firdawsi. Rest well, gentlemen. Rest well, our dear Omings. Your legacy lives on. Thank you. I want to bring a short message from His Excellency.
Today for the entire country. Because this man lying down there served this country with integrity. His moral principles were uncompromised. His unwavering support to the APC was unquestionable. He dedicated his life for the rising sun to continue to shine in the horizon of Sierra Leone. He was a very honest person, truthful to himself, to his family, and to his party. He was somebody that was authentic. So I'm here today as the administrative leader of the Sierra Leone People's Party, having served our country at the legislative end, advocating for the power, pushing for policies that will drive this country forward. At an executive angle, you've been described as a brilliant politician who always marshal people for the benefit of Sierra Leone. The leader of the Sierra Leone People's Party, we miss you. Your family, we miss you. APC grassroots will dearly miss your courage because you are a very good leader. There are times when we have to put politics aside and give praise to where praise is due. Your service to this nation is unmatched. Your character is unblemished. You are a powerful leader. Honorable Mikhailo Mansari.
Allahu Akbar.
Now, some governance experts believe that the public sector has a pivotal role in the promotion of good governance in democracy in any state, and Sierra Leone is not exempted. In fact, former US President Barack Hussein Obama once said that Africa does not need strong men, but strong institutions. Hence, this week marks a moment of reflection on the public service and a retrospect to public sector reforms in Sierra Leone's governance. A keen attention is paid on how effective is the sector in the country's current governance system, ensuring that governance policies are not only crafted and nipped under the board, but implemented for Sierra Leonean citizens. This morning, during our AYV Wake Up Sierra Leone program, the Minister of Public Administration and Political Affairs, Amara Kalon, spoke on transition within the public sector. Let's have the highlight.
War. When the war was declared, ended in 2002, donor partners came in with a lot of resources to support the transition. And after 5 years, depending on the timeline of their project, they established project implementation units. When they ended their projects, they requested government to transit those PIUs into commission and agencies because they don't want those expert knowledge that have been gained during those periods in the PIUs to be released. So they ask that governments bring them in and utilize those experts within. But the problem we have is those commissions and agencies were transitioned with all the liabilities. The salary scale they used to have in the PIUs, all the allowances were approved by Act of Parliament. Also, don't forget policy, a lot of policies. International, local treaties, conventions we signed have influenced the way our public service. And what we saw when we were doing our scooping mission was 3 layers of public service. You have the civil servants, who are the administrative block of government. Government comes and goes, they stay. You have the political class, and you have the how they call it, those commissions and agencies. And don't forget, these civil servants are the ones that approve the PET forms. The one that approve those salaries, and they see the salary scales. Why I'm going to bring it to see how corruption become endemic in our systems. Because when people feel, as my brother was saying, there is differences in your takeaway. You are doing the same work. In fact, some of them depend on you to do your work. But they are gaining, they see the schools your children attend, they see the vehicles you drive, they see the houses you build. We are humans. We want to have the same thing. So we started having, not like endemic, first of all it started like jealousy, anger, then people say, okay, can we use the opportunity now to help ourselves? If they are getting more than us, but we are doing all the work, how can we get from them? Then the problem started. People started holding documents. If you cannot wash my hands, your document cannot go through. So corruption become endemic. So what we are doing, that's why the reform of the public service is very critical. Corruption is not about money alone. But even the laws we established in Parliament, in Cabinet, what is the idea behind it? Was the idea from somebody as an individual, or is it in the interest of the country? The way we design our policy is also corruption. Because we see where in the Constitution established the Public Service Commission that have the sole authority as an entrenched clause to regulate the public service, that they recruit, they hire, they negotiate salaries. But now we have institutions established by Parliament, by laws, that have that same power without recourse to the public service. So corruption is not about money alone, but it's how we think, how we define our policies, how we design our policies. So that's why the strategic roadmap is looking exclusively on how we address those issues, because we are not talking about holding, we are trying to hold duty bearers accountable. And holding duty accountable is to make sure that the laws,
Raising a child is never simple, but for some parents it becomes a daily act of endurance, a quiet battle against stigma, silence and exhaustion. In Freetown, one mother has lived that reality for over 17 years. Her daughter lives with autism, abandoned by her partner. Judged by community, she says she chose one path only, to stay when others, including the dad, absconded. Hers is a story of what actual resilience and unfading maternal love means. AYV's health reporter Edma Conte brings us the details.
Aminata.
17 years, a lifetime folded into care, patience and persistence. This mother's journey has not been measured in days, but in resilience. In a society where autism is still widely misunderstood, she says she has carried more than motherhood can ordinarily bear. Stigma and isolation have been two of her closest companions.
I born as premature, 8 months. So doctor have been give up on her. They been say you know they survive. So now the hospital I born her. Now Caesar then do for me. So I not been know nothing. So what then tell Papa say you know they survive. So all my abandoned her. They left her now the hospital. They nowhere close by now, they nowhere nappy. So they left her. The way I see they be careful, but it not been too well. Because the way I see her, it's like they be one for give up on her. See, they be one for like that. So we've been for run away. Now the hospital, go back on the other side. So the pressure, the challenges what been go through, been boku. Yeah, because they tell me man in family, then say the pikin na witch. So we for return her, na devil, na this and that. We for return the pikin, but me not been give up on her at all. So they be even say let him papa. Let it left the pikin, me and him. Let it left because now that make hard time they pan because of the pikin. So not to motama. So now that make hard time they pan. So let it give away the pikin, let it return her. But I'm not being doer.
She stayed when others left, a decision that came with sacrifice. Financial strain deepened, social circles faded, but her commitment never wavered. Her daughter needed support and she kept searching for it.
Well, the time now he done 9 years, he begin go school. But the way how the school been a treater, he not been fine. In fact, they been making a pump now one school. Though that pump they affect in foot. So later we can go na hospital, na do hospital. Then go do X-ray. The result been show say the vein we hold the kneecap been not cut. So it be sit on our oath. So when you sit on our oath, you know they go school. You know, it be time like saying frustrate, it be one frustrate.
That search stretched across years of terror and uncertainty until she found one place that responded differently, the Said Autism School.
For many families, raising a child with autism comes with unique challenges, but it also comes with hope.
Here at the Side Autism Foundation, children are receiving the support and care they need to learn, grow, and thrive like every other child in society.
So we get what we call visual learning, we get what we call individual learning plan. So each and every Pekin, we get some the way na fast learner. I know they like the normal Pekin way. Now like when we go na normal school, we then say the multiplication we all need for Sabia at the same time. Hot mentally come inside. But here now we get a process where they undergo. We know say this speaking ability, na fast learner, this is a slow learner, this it take time for let Sabi right, this it take time for let able right. So we get other mechanism, even though we not get all the technological tools them for teach them, but we they use we all skills them and create other material for learn. And also we they involve visual learning. By watching through the television, that they will help them and they will acquire knowledge.
Inside the classroom, learning is not uniform, it is individualistic. Teachers adapt lessons to each child. Communication, social interaction, life skills, all taught at a pace shaped by the child, not by the instruction as it happens elsewhere. For a 17-year-old daughter, that shift has been visible.
We begin Canada school. Now that incest, if you say it is part of if you say incest na motama because we do it in company, we not all are the same. So you can just take and say they all are the same number. The other school that we will go, the teacher then say this speaking, we not need that self na the school, so they not be pay attention to her. But now we can pressure, it can able for spell in name now, and it like book business, it like school business, so. It can write, it spell in name, it read small. So more improvement there.
Globally, autism affects an estimated 1 in 100 children, according to the World Health Organization. But across many low-income countries, including Sierra Leone, access to diagnosis and specialized support remains limited. Experts warn that without early intervention, many children are left behind.
Challenge, as I say, is limited budget allocation. The Ministry of Finance allocates budget to this ministry, sometimes late, and we cannot achieve all. The resources are very minimal. For example, it's 1.2% of the resources that are allocated to this ministry, whereas like Ministry of Education, Ministry of Health, they provide 4%. So these are our challenges. We cannot be able to advocate entirely in the hard-to-reach areas. So that is why this ministry will collaborate also with partners, yes, like UNICEF, like Save the Children, like World Vision, like ChildFund, to sometimes complement our effort by providing educational facilities for the most vulnerable children in need of care and protection. And disability issue is not excluded.
Autism shapes how this young girl experiences the world, but it does not define her. Behind every step forward stands a mother who refused to surrender to stigma or silence. And while gaps in support remain wide, her story carries a simple truth. With understanding, inclusion, and care, potential does not disappear. It waits for destiny and entangled in a warm embrace. Edima Conte, AYV News, Freetown.
Many thanks indeed to Edima Conte for that report. Now, they are rarely seen in official photographs, yet they are often the first to arrive and the last to leave. Diplomatic drivers are the silent wheels of international engagement, transporting diplomats, documents, and decisions that shape relations between nations. In Freetown here, the Diplomatic Drivers Association Sierra Leone, known as DDASL, has held a special gathering aimed at strengthening professionalism, unity, and partnership within the transport sector. Our reporter, Yaro Jala, has more.
At the Brookfields Hotel Conference Hall in Freetown, diplomatic drivers came together for their annual meeting and appreciation ceremony. As they have served over 25 years, they have officially launched the union on the theme empowering drivers for safe and healthy deficiency operations. The gathering brought together government officials, members of the diplomatic community, and representatives from various institutions. The president of DDASL outlined the association's achievements, objectives, and future plans. The focus, he said, remains on professionalism, discipline, and cooperation.
Our key objective, promoting road safety, discipline and professionalism, conduct in all assignments, improve welfare and working conditions for members through advocacy support, build membership capacity through training in defensive driving. In this area, some of us standing here now, we also have a very good and strong gender balance. The Diplomatic Drivers Association is one of the key pillars to promote gender balance, including drivers, female drivers into the driving force. For UNICEF, we are like 50-50 in terms of drivers. And the diplomatic, these are the areas we are trying to push very hard to make sure each agency also take the step of UNICEF by promoting women empowerment.
The United Nations estimates that road traffic crashes claim nearly 1.2 million lives globally every year. In developing countries, professional drivers play a critical role in promoting road safety and maintaining high standards of conduct. Addressing the gathering, the United Nations Residence Coordinator, Sarafin Wakana, highlighted the important role diplomatic drivers play in supporting international cooperation. She said they are often the bridge between institutions and the people they serve.
We recognize your unwavering commitment to promoting road safety, discipline, and professional conduct in all assignments. Training in defensive driving, protocol, and security awareness is not only vital for your own safety, but also for the safety of those you serve.
Other guests, including representatives from the British High Commission and the Motor Drivers Union, the Sierra Leone Traffic Wardens, commended the association's efforts to promote road safety awareness and professional standards.
As road users, diplomatic drivers are expected to lead by example.
For every one of them I've seen here, I've seen professionalism in them.
For many here, diplomacy does not begin in conference rooms. It often begins behind the steering wheel. A journey, after all, depends not only on its destination, but also on those entrusted to lead the way. Yero Jallo, AYV News, Freetown.
A free press is often described as the heartbeat of democracy, but around the world that heartbeat is growing weaker. According to Reporters Without Borders, global press freedom has fallen to its lowest level in decades, with more than half of the world's countries now operating in difficult or very serious media environment. In Sierra Leone, there has been progress. The country has climbed steadily on the World Press Freedom Index in recent years, following the repeal of the criminal libel law in 2020. Yet journalists and media advocates say freedom on paper does not always translate into dignity in practice. Many journalists continue to grapple with low pay, poor working conditions, and limited social protection. Against that backdrop, journalists from across Sierra Leone have gathered in Freetown to discuss the future of press freedom and the welfare of practitioners. Our reporter Yero Jallo again.
At the CCSL Conference Hall, journalists gathered with a common purpose to strengthen journalism and improve the conditions under which journalists work. The one-day consultation was organized by the International Federation of Journalists, the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists, and the Sierra Leone Reporters Union. Discussions centered on media independence, safety, fair treatment, and professional development. Participants said many journalists remained outside social protection schemes. Others work without sick pay, maternity benefits, or adequate job security. The International Federation of Journalists says protecting journalists' rights is essential to protecting journalism itself.
From our experience, the things that need to happen to take us from the situation we're in now to where we want to go. First of all, collectively, journalists in Sierra Leone need to recognise the value of their work. I think it was the moderator who said, you're the front line of journalism. That is true. You're the heartbeat of democracy, the ears, eyes and voice of citizens, key to development, and it's your work that enables your owner to have a voice or to have a business. Yet almost everywhere you are undervalued, and it's time. The first step is to say we recognise the value of the work we do and we want to be properly paid for that work. So there can be no excuse for any employer to pay below the minimum wage and not to pay a fair day's pay for a fair day's work.
Journalism is often the lamp carried into society's darkest corners, but a lamp cannot burn brightly if the hand holding it is unsteady. The president of the Sierra Leone Reporters Union said improving journalist welfare is inseparable from strengthening democracy. She noted that journalists can only effectively hold power to account when they are protected and supported.
A difficult challenge for us as reporters is a poor condition, is a poor working condition, and also the payments. Most of us, we know how they pay. Some of us, we are poorly paid. Some of us are not even paid, and that has been one of the challenges because we work. They are not paying assets for us. Because when they are not paying assets for us, sometimes the challenge. I sometimes tell my colleague that we too, we have to be serious with our own issue. We as reporters, we have to take ourselves serious.
The president of Sierra Leone Association of Journalists also reaffirmed his commitment to pursuing stronger protections and improved standards across the profession.
And the AG again emphasized government commitment, particularly in the area of the Bill of Rights. They are proposing to have a Bill of Rights section in the new constitution, and then hopefully to have a standalone chapter on press freedom and freedom of expression. The reason why we are campaigning for that particular section is not new in Sierra Leone. We have other countries that also have similar provisions.
The engagement ended with calls for collective action and reforms to improve both press freedom and journalist welfare. For many here, the discussion was about more than salaries and conditions of service. It was about safeguarding the public's rights to know, because when journalism flourishes, democracy finds its voice, and when journalists are protected, society itself is strengthening. Yero Jallo, AYV News Freetown.
You're watching Primetime News on AYV Television and hearing us on radio this evening. Stay tuned for more stories. I'll be back after the break.
I run a small logistics company. Every cent counts. I didn't think I needed a fuel card until I got the Cornex fuel card. Now, I track exactly how much fuel my fleet uses, in real time. And when my wife or kids need fuel, no cash, no stress. It's safe, accepted nationwide, and I control how much goes on each card. At the end of the month, I see the savings. Real savings. Cornex fuel card. I didn't know I needed it. Now, I can't run my business or family without it. Fuel smart. Live smart. Visit any Cornex filling station to sign off, or any Cornex office to get your card.
Back, I'm Victor Jones, and this is Primetime News on AIV Television. You're also hearing us on radio tonight. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. Let's continue to take more stories. Now, some voices refuse to fade. More than 2 decades after his tragic death at Lumley Beach in 2003, Sierra Leone's reggae legend Amara Kabah still lives on through the melodies he left behind and the messages that continue to inspire generations after him. His songs remain anthems of hope, justice and social consciousness, while his legacy continues to shape the country's musical identity. As fans and industry figures remember the man many call a pioneer of Sierra Leone's reggae, AYV's Ibrahim Ramadan Jallow looks back at the life and enduring influence of Amara Kabah.
You've got the power, the courage and experience. You've got to show it right across the globe. They say face your fears, only then it will go away.
After 23 years, the people of Sierra Leone are still confronting the death of the late reggae legend Amara Kabah.
Brands and recognition. We are not only here to mourn a loss, but to celebrate a life that continues to inspire generations through music.
Kabah, who tragically drowned at Lumley Beach in 2003, still lives in the hearts of many, even more than 2 decades since he journeyed to the great beyond by drowning. His legacy remains lush.
An artist. He was a messenger of truth, a cultural warrior, and a symbol of conscious resistance. Through his music, he spoke to the struggles, hopes, and identity of our people.
His powerful voice and inspiring lyrics remain a lasting symbol of his contribution to the nation's music landscape.
A hero, a transformer, a person who represented the voices of the voiceless, a person who represented the downtrodden, whose music resonated with all categories of society.
During his career, Amara Kabah was widely admired for blending meaningful social messages with rhymes and sweet melody. His music addresses everyday struggles to build hope and unity, and in him a place in the hearts of many Sierra Leoneans.
Though they say we will tire while we are waiting. It's 23 years since Sierra Leone has heard from its entertainment legend, Amara Kabah. Today the nation pauses to reflect on its enduring legacy and revisiting its memories and lasting contributions he made to the country's entertainment industry. Waiting.
We are waiting. Even years after his untimely death, his songs continue to receive airplay and inspire a new generation of musicians who look up to his commitment to meaningful music.
Amara Kabah was an icon and still remains to be an icon of this nation because he took reggae music beyond, far and wide.
So we, as reggae musicians, we go always remember Amarakaba, and we make sure say Amarakaba in legacy live on and on and on and on and on.
His legacy continues to live on, reminding many of his influence, talent, and the mark he left in Sierra Leone music industry. For AYV News, Ibrahim Ramadan Jallo reporting.
Emmanuel Selassie, Jah, Rastafari, ever living, ever faithful.
Well, let's now join our team in London for the latest in the international scene.
Yes, indeed, the UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer quit as Labour leader. They've been waiting for a new Prime Minister. Prime Minister laid out his resignation plan in an address outside Number 10, setting 9th July as a start date for a party leadership contest. He gave an emotional speech. He thanked his wife and said he wanted to be the best dad he can to his beautiful children.
Every decision I've taken has been about putting the country I love first. That is why I will resign as leader of the Labour Party. I have spoken to His Majesty the King this morning to inform him of my decision. I will ask the National Executive Committee of the Labour Party to set out a timetable with nominations opening on the 9th of July and completed by the summer recess. In the case of a contest, this will ensure a new leader is in place before Parliament returns in September. I will remain in post as Prime Minister until the contest is complete.
Analysts say it appears former Mayor of Greater Manchester, Andy Bonham, the man dubbed the King of the North, due to his fierce advocacy for Northern England against the Westminster establishment, who has confirmed that he will stand to replace Starmer, is going to be crowned the next UK Prime Minister. Former Health Secretary Wes Streeting says he will back Bonham's bid to become Labour leader and Prime Minister. Streeting, who resigned from Starmer's government last month, had previously said he would stand in any leadership race, but has now thrown his weight behind Mr. Bonham in the wake of Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer's resignation. Mr. Streeting had claimed he was able to gain 81 nominations from Labour MPs needed to force a full contest. It is far from clear whether other candidates will make the threshold.
Burnham Andrew Murray, commonly known as Andy Burnham, the Labour and Cooperative Party, 24,927.
Everyone can feel that the country isn't where it should be. Tonight just could, be the turning point.
The contest appears to be over before it's begun. Maneuvering has been gearing up over who will be in Mr. Bonham's cabinet as he closes in on taking over from Sir Keir after his dramatic victory in the Makerfield parliamentary by-election. The Chancellor, the UK's Chief Finance Minister role, will be critical, with Rachel Reeves staying in the job seemingly ruled out. The question is what happens now. Starmer says he will remain as Prime Minister until Labour chooses a new leader, which will happen by the time Parliament returns in September or sooner if the party gets behind one candidate and there is no contest. Starmer has been in post for 2 years. His decision to step down means the UK will soon have its 7th Prime Minister since 2016. We will keep you posted as political development unfolds here in the United Kingdom.
Well, thanks indeed to our team in London for putting that reportage together. Now to sports tonight. Eastern Lions have been crowned champions of the 2026 Orange FA Cup after a dramatic 1-0 victory over rivals mighty Blackpool in a tense final played on Saturday at the Southern Arena. As champions, Eastern Lions will now represent Sierra Leone in the 2026-2027 CAF Confederation Cup preliminary qualifiers, which begins in September this year. Marie Esther Sambora has more.
The Southern Arena hosted diehard fans from the Freetown-based Premier League clubs Eastern Lions and mighty Blackpool for the highly competitive grand final of the Sierra Leone FA Cup, sponsored by Orange Sierra Leone. The teams battled fearlessly in the first half that ended goalless, although mighty Blackpool had the ball in the net, with the goal disallowed for offside in accordance with the laws of the game. In the second half, both sides created several chances. The breakthrough came deep into stoppage time when Suleiman S. Kagbo struck in the 87th minute to seal the title for Eastern Lions and sparked jubilant celebrations among their supporters.
For the Sharif, for Bo, I'm glad it's so much why Eastern Lions will win the cup. Me as supporter, as you know, but me an Eastern Lions fan. So I happy so much. I tell German thank you. German, I tell her thank you. And the vice chairman, all the executive, I tell them thank you.
I am Francis Dimos. I'm so happy, I'm so excited for this winning. Eastern Lions are not paying me money for come for nothing, for come support me team. And I'm much happy for this goal. And for in that, I'm put more effort for praise and support Eastern Lions. And I tell with Chairman Tenki, Navo.
The final was graced by the president of the Sierra Leone Football Association, Babadi Kamara, Sports Minister Augusta James Tamer, and other dignitaries who presented medals to the players and officials of Eastern Lions, along with a check of 150,000 leones as the champions' prize. It is a milestone feat for the club.
This win means a lot. I mean, as defending champions, for let we also at the same time win the FA Cup this season. It don't bring a lot of boost to the club, the players and the fans. So we thank God, and now we for just get ready for go CAF and represent Sierra Leone. Of course, we get for our way to call optimize the squad. We will bring more players then for strengthening and more. But yes, for sure, we go able to go and represent Saloon.
Well, so far we get a squad, but going forward, we're looking at something, some other areas for just backfield, and then see how best we get a more composed team going to the CAF and do better than last year.
Officials and players of mighty Blackpool did not wait to receive their medals and check of 100,000 leones as runners-up. AYV was unable to interview any of them as they left the field, citing allegations of poor officiating, a decision that could trigger disciplinary consequences. The FA president described the match as a success.
I believe for anyone to be able to attract sponsorship, it means you have to have integrity and credibility. So I'm like 10 or 11 months in office, and I've been able to organize all competitions across this country, from the Division 2, Division 1, the Female Premier League, the Male Premier League, now the FA Cup. And most importantly, the FA Cup is the biggest competition in every country where you go. It is so because the FA Cup plays at chieftain level, at district levels, at regional level and national level. All the teams from Division 2, Division 1, Premier League, they all compete in the FA Cup. So for you to be able to attract a sponsorship for such a competition is big. And for us as a federation and football-loving fans, we are grateful to Orange for their sponsorship, for their effective and efficient coordination with us to ensure that we bring this to a fruitful conclusion today. And I want to use the opportunity to congratulate Eastern Lions for winning this year's FA Cup final.
Mohamed Fofana was named man of the match after an outstanding defensive display.
Eastern Lions Football Club are champions of the 2026 Sierra Leone FA Cup, and they will be representing Sierra Leone in the CAF Champions League preliminary qualifiers, which will commence.
Well, that's all on Primetime News tonight. For more stories, as always, do visit our website at www.ayvnews.com. And if you have any comments on this news or any of our programs, do not hesitate to send us an email to info@ayvnews.com. As always, my name is Victor Jones. Many thanks indeed for watching and listening us tonight. Goodbye.
You're watching AYV Television.